My name is Kenan Alikadić. I'm 22 years old. I'm coming from Konjic. I work for JR Services. I've been working at JR Services for the last 2 years, and I'm also a student at the International Birch University. From my perspective, it actually makes the job easier because you have a lot of people around you and they can help you with all the tasks that you need to do, and they can even see things from a different perspective because they do it in a different way, and that can help you out in some situations. I think the relationship is actually positive in almost all of the ways. Actually, every single team is communicating well between themselves, and every single department is also communicating well between themselves. Our team has a great chemistry, let's say like that, and also we communicate well when we want to do something, and we know who can help you out with something, because some people know something better than somebody else, but also then the other people know something better than you do, and then basically you use all the expertise at once, so you can, and that helps you solve a problem. Well, the training was actually in the company, and at first I was in a different team. So basically, I got to meet everybody, and I got to talk with everybody, and I actually got an opportunity to ask anybody a question that I have, and they would help me out with it, and they would help me solve an issue. For me, it was easy. I don't know for somebody else, but I think in general, it's actually gonna be easy because the community actually, they accept you as you are. Well, you gotta work, first of all, and you gotta be honest. You gotta be honest with everybody in the company, and I think that's the key for success. Well, I have a positive relationship with the people, with the head of the company, actually head of the departments, because I communicate almost with all of them in a day-to-day basis. So I think that's a plus. Well, actually, I think people look into it, but I don't think it's much of an obstacle for me. I mean, because I have that flexibility to actually, have a bit of a different working hours, but still, I don't think, that's a problem because I communicate with everybody and nobody's going to make an issue out of it. I mean, I can use some of my university knowledge actually to communicate with people, try and use some of the things that I learned from the university to actually communicate with people in the office and with the customers of the company, so I can, try and get the most out of it. It's really easy for me to actually, recommend that. I'm actually gonna first try and do it, and then if it works, I'm gonna actually, suggest it. If it doesn't work, I'm not gonna even say it. I'm gonna do it the old way. Well, basically, a typical day for me would be in the morning, go to university, and later on, after I finish with all of my university chores, I would actually go and do my work. And I would work for 8 hours and then repeat the same process the next day. Well, basically what we have to do in the maintenance department is actually take care of the trucks, do the preventive maintenance on the trucks, deal with any issues that the drivers have been reporting, any driver complaints that they've been reporting, do emission tests on the trucks. Basically everything maintenance related on the trucks that needs to be done is done by us. Flexibility. I think that the flexibility at JR Services is actually one of the greatest advantages for me because they actually help me with my work schedule, and they help me balance my university and my work, because I don't think that a lot of places in the world, a lot of workplaces in the world would actually let me,
come into my workplace once I finish my university studies and then work my 8 hours. Like my schedule is completely different from the rest of the company. Sometimes I come in at 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 4, 5, 6. It really depends on my university. Well, basically, they help each other because, sometimes at a university I get some examples that I can actually use my practical experience that I've learned by working in a company and actually being in that situation. It helps me solve some case studies and stuff like that. While also the university experience that I have and the theoretical experience, it helps me once I get into a situation that I haven't been in before. It helps me actually solve it. It helps me actually find a correct mindset to actually finish a task or actually solve a problem that I've been having.